My neighbor Dave pulled into his driveway last summer on a 2009 Kawasaki that looked like it had spent 3 years parked under a pine tree. Faded plastics, oxidized chrome that had gone from mirror-finished silver to a dull, chalky gray. Brake dust caked so thick into the wheels you couldn't tell what color they originally were. A chain so dry and dirty it looked like something from an abandoned bicycle. Bugs fossilized into the windscreen, water spots on every painted surface, like someone had sprinkled the whole bike with a salt shaker and left it to dry. I asked him how much he paid for it. $300, he said, grinning. 3 weeks later, he knocked on my door and asked if I wanted to come see something. What I saw genuinely stopped me in the driveway. That same bike was sitting there looking like it had just rolled off a showroom floor in 2009. Chrome blazing, plastics deep and rich, every surface gleaming, chain clean and properly lubricated. The kind of clean where you instinctively don't want to touch it because you don't want to be the first fingerprint. I said, "How long did that take you?" He said, "First time, about an hour and a half. Now I can do it in 30 minutes. I made him walk me through every single step. Today, I'm walking you through all of them." Before we get into the process, I want to address the instinct when you hear full detail to imagine a professional setup, a pressure washer, a dozen specialized products, an entire Saturday blocked off. That's not what this is. This is a real-world 30-minute process using products from any Walmart or auto parts store for under $35 total. No professional equipment, no special skills, no expensive chemicals. Just a systematic approach that covers every surface on your bike in the right order with the right product in minimum time. The difference between a bike that looks neglected and one that looks brand new isn't money or equipment. It's knowing the correct sequence and using the correct product on each specific surface. That's it. That's the whole secret. Let me start with something most detailing guides skip entirely, and it's why most people get mediocre results even when they put in the effort. You have to work in the right order. Wrong order means you clean something, then contaminate it again doing the next step. You polish the chrome, then spray cleaner on the adjacent plastic, and it drips down, leaving streaks. You wax the tank, then scrub the wheels and fling brake dust back onto everything you just finished. The correct order is wheels and chain first, then the full bike wash, then plastics, then chrome and metal, then painted surfaces last. Every step flows downward and away from finished work. You never contaminate backward. Keep this sequence locked in. It's the framework everything else hangs on. Step 1. Wheels and chain. 5 minutes. Start here because this is the dirtiest work. Brake dust is chemically aggressive, partially metallic, partially burned rubber, and it bonds to wheel surfaces like a mineral deposit. Get it off first before it goes anywhere else. Spray dedicated wheel cleaner directly onto each wheel. Let it sit for 60 seconds. You'll often see it turn purple or reddish as it reacts with the iron particles in the brake dust. That's chemistry doing the work for you. Agitate with a soft brush and rinse thoroughly with a garden hose. Wheel cleaner costs about $8 a bottle and lasts months. The alternative is 45 minutes of scrubbing with soap and still not getting the same results. While the wheel cleaner sits, hit the chain. Spray chain cleaner directly onto it while slowly rotating the rear wheel by hand. The cleaner dissolves old dried lubricant, road grime, and the metal particles that accumulate in the links. Wipe it down with an old rag, let it dry 2 minutes, then apply fresh chain lube and let it penetrate while you work through the rest of the bike. By the time you're done, your chain will be perfectly lubricated and ready to ride. Step 2. Full bike wash. 8 minutes. Here's where most people make the single biggest detailing mistake, and it silently scratches their paint every time. Never wash a dry bike with a sponge or circular motions. Dust and grit on painted surfaces are abrasive. Running a sponge over a dusty tank in circles is essentially sanding your paint. Over months and years, this creates the fine swirl marks that make paint look dull and lifeless, even right after washing. The correct move? Rinse the entire bike with plain water first. You're not trying to clean anything yet. You're lubricating the surface and floating loose particles off before anything touches the paint. 30 seconds of rinsing saves months of paint clarity. Then mix motorcycle-specific wash soap in a bucket. Use 2 separate wash mitts, one for painted surfaces, one for everything else. Never use the same mitt you use on your wheels that you use on your tank. Wheels carry abrasive brake dust that will transfer and scratch paint. Wash in straight lines, not circles, top to bottom. Rinse as you go and dry immediately with a clean microfiber towel. Never let water air dry on a motorcycle. Mineral deposits in tap water leave spots on paint and chrome that take real effort to remove later. Step 3. Plastics and trim. 6 minutes. Faded, oxidized plastics are the single biggest visual difference between a bike that looks old and one that looks new. And most riders assume faded plastic is permanent. It isn't. A quality plastic restorer, Meguiar's, Chemical Guys, Mother's, works by penetrating the oxidized top layer and restoring the surface. Apply a small amount to a clean microfiber applicator pad, work it into each plastic panel, and wipe off the excess with a clean towel. The transformation on badly oxidized plastics is genuinely shocking the first time. Faded gray panels that looked left in the sun for a decade come back dark, rich, and deep. I have seen riders spend $300 on replacement plastics, not realizing a $12 bottle of plastic restorer would have given them the same result. Hit every plastic surface: fairings, fender, side panels, instrument cluster surround. For rubber components, grips, seat edges, tire sidewalls, a separate rubber conditioner keeps them from cracking and gives the whole bike a finished, cohesive look. 1 wipe per surface, 6 minutes total, done. Step 4. Chrome and metal. 5 minutes. Oxidized chrome is what makes old bikes look genuinely old. That chalky, flat finish on exhaust pipes and engine covers that used to be mirror bright. Chrome polish is your tool, not chrome cleaner. The polish contains microscopic abrasives that physically remove the oxidation layer and reveal the bright metal underneath. Apply a small amount to a clean microfiber cloth, work it into the surface in overlapping strokes, and buff off with a separate clean cloth. On heavily oxidized chrome, you may need 2 passes. The first removes heavy oxidation, the second brings the shine up. On heat-affected exhaust headers, a dedicated metal polish like Mother's Mag works better than standard chrome polish due to different oxidation chemistry. Work your way around the bike. Exhaust, engine covers, handlebar components, foot pegs, every exposed metal surface. 5 minutes for most bikes. The before and after contrast on chrome work is the most visually dramatic part of any detail. This is where people start asking if you got a new bike. Step 5. Painted surfaces. 6 minutes. Last step, your tank, fenders, fairings. Save these for last so nothing contaminates them after you're done. If the paint is in good condition, a spray detailer and microfiber cloth is all you need. Spray directly onto the surface, wipe in straight overlapping lines, flip the cloth to the dry side for a final buff. This removes water spots, light contamination, and leaves a protective layer that repels water between full washes. If the paint has light swirl marks and a dull appearance, add 1 step first, a light cleaner wax. It combines mild polishing compounds with carnauba wax, removing very light surface scratches while simultaneously protecting the paint. Apply by hand in straight lines, let it haze for about 2 minutes, then buff off with a clean microfiber towel. Do not substitute a cheap terry cloth here. A low-quality towel on fresh wax creates new swirls immediately. Here's what this entire process costs. Wheel cleaner, $8. Chain cleaner and lube, $14. Wash soap, $10. Plastic restorer, $12. Chrome polish, $10. Spray detailer or cleaner wax, $12. 4-pack quality microfiber towels, $10. Total, $76 for every product you need, and most last 6 months to a year. Every detail after the first costs you essentially nothing but 30 minutes. But here's what Dave understood that most riders don't. A clean bike isn't just an aesthetic choice, it's a maintenance choice. When you're spending 30 minutes with your bike regularly, you see the oil spot before it becomes a leak problem. You notice the crack in the brake line before it becomes a brake failure. You catch the chain getting dry before it snaps. Cleaning your bike is also inspecting your bike. The two happen simultaneously. The most well-maintained bikes in any parking lot are always the cleanest ones. That's not coincidence. 30 minutes, $35 in products, and a bike that makes people in parking lots ask when you bought it. That's all this takes. If this just changed the way you look at your bike, hit that like button and subscribe. Next week, we're going deep on paint correction, removing deep swirl marks and scratches that a regular detail can't touch. See you then.